What up, fam? It's 4:34 p.m. Sunday, February 18th, 2024. Let me know in the comments. Comment before you keep watching the video and I say anything, and tell me if you've ever seen me make a video at this place before. Here, I'll flip the camera around. But I'm gonna keep talking here. I got my earbud in, so hopefully it's not just sounding like wind on us right now. So this is the back of the house. It's an old farmhouse. This is where old Justin Michael was born. This is where I spent. It's not how it was as a kid. My grandfather kept these fields. I mean, there was always Texas Longhorn cattle here. And it goes way odd out there. There's still a couple fields, a couple more hollows, like a couple more strips of wood. That was the donkey field. If anybody's been subscribed for a while, you would recognize this, because this is the place where Robin's Hood, he came and visited me here. And believe it or not, let me show you just the front real quick, and then it's very grown up and not taken care of for quite a few years since my grandmother passed away. Let me talk to you for a minute now. Get a little sentimental on you. Talk about Justin Michael's his young days here. This is where I was born. Well, I was born in the hospital, Washington Hospital, but this is where I lived. My mom had me when she was 18, and she went to school after high school to, get more qualified to have a career and everything like that. My mom handles money for she's the accountant that's called something else, like fiscal technician or something like that, but she's technically like the accountant at the Washington Mental Health Association. And yeah, I'm gonna have to tell you guys like everything from beginning to end here soon. I'm worried about the noise from the wind. But my mom and my dad were not together like when I was born. So I lived here, and my mom was in school a lot. And my grandparents, for like the first 4 years of my life, those were my everything. My grandfather now, he's beat cancer multiple times, like very, very invasive, like hard treatments, radiation, chemo, everything like that you don't want to hear about anybody that you care about experiencing. And then he's also broke both of his hips back to back very recently. He actually just got to come home from the second hip surgery, where they pretty much, they pretty much replaced it. He's 83 years old. The reason why I'm saying all this is that, my grandmother passed away the day that Robin's Hood, another person off of YouTube, came and visited me here. It was a very strange synchronicity that I kind of understand more now and stuff. But this is a very key part of anybody understanding my story and understanding my particular purpose on this planet. Because, well, I don't just have one purpose, but I do have something to do. Like, we are all data carriers. We are all the source, kind of incremented up. Or that ain't the right word. Kind of divided up between all of us and everything. And I have some things to do that are going to have to be done in front of the public eye soon. And this story is going to have a lot to do with people understanding me to where they're open-minded enough to maybe hear or see something that I try to present to the public. So there is a reason why I'm boring you guys with this childhood stuff. So this farm has too many steps. Make a long story short, my pap's moving to an apartment that, you know, is all on the same floor. There's other, it's an old person, like, I shouldn't say it's an elderly people, like there's other old guys there that like drink coffee in the lobby in the mornings and stuff that he could go hang out with. There's a lot of reasons why it will make it better for him day to day. But if you guys remember anything like from the past with me showing and talking about this place, you would know I'm feeling pretty sentimental at the moment. Oh, here's a key part. Excuse me. My grandparents don't own this place. They've rented it for almost 50 years. No joke. They really have. The actual person that they started renting it off of in the beginning, way back, sold it to the person who owns it now. And the person who owns it now is like a 90-some-year-old very wealthy man that passed away like the last year in May. And his wife is selling, which is kind of expected, but is selling a lot of his properties and everything. And this one's definitely on the list, so we never know when it could just happen. And it's just better for my pap at the apartment. But now I'm here. I got my son with me here today, and we're going to spend the night here. My mom actually stays at this house with him now that he's back out of the... he was in like a treatment facility, pretty much like a old person, like kind of not a hospital, but a place where they can do like physical therapy and everything after he had the hip surgery. I'm rambling a lot because this stuff is really near and dear to me, and I'm trying to lay the groundwork to where if anybody ever cares to go back and hear what I was saying, then it will add up for them. And me and my son spent the night here not that long ago with it, but we're going to spend the night again tonight, and I'm going to try to like kind of clean closets out and stuff. But I'll be honest with you, man, it like this is the only thing in quite a while that's really like kind of struck, you know what I mean, something put that like frog in your throat. I don't like to experience these kind of feelings all the time. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me feel like vulnerable to the spirit world or something, like, you know what I mean, like if I feel like I'm gonna cry, or if I feel like, you know, like hit with emotion with memories of my grandmother and stuff as a kid and everything like that. Because like me and my grandmother, I always called her Nanny. All my cousins called her Nanny and stuff, like that was just what we called her. And yeah, she took it, like no credit taken from my mom, because my mom is, I got the best mom. Let's just put it that way. Like my mom is, between like me and my sister, like my mom is a very, very good mom. I'll just say that. She's how I feel with my kids. Like, please do not say something to me that my kids did wrong, because they can do no wrong. I know that that's annoying when parents act like that, but it's just like an unconditional love thing. If you don't know, you don't know. But obviously they can do wrong. Obviously I can discipline them, and obviously I know how to do that so that I can help them learn for the future and not get themselves, you know, on the wrong track. So, and all my kids are good, but if they ever, and they're too young to be thinking like that, but if they ever got into high school and stuff and was making mistakes, I don't mean like they can do no wrong, like I would just ignore anything that they, you know, did do, but I'm just saying it's an unconditional love thing that not all parents have, and my mom does. With that being said, though, my grandmother had a huge role in raising me, especially like the first handful of years of my life. But even after that, like every day after school, my mom worked a lot, still does, unfortunately. I'll hopefully do something about that soon. But hint, I'm sad. I'm sad to see this place leave us, or us leave it, or whatever. And I'm holding on to faith that something is going to happen with this, and it's not going to leave. I obviously could never purchase this place right now, but somebody's going to. And I'm holding on to faith that even if it's not me personally coming up with the way to fund it, it's somebody close enough to me and somebody close enough to my family that maybe this isn't going to work out the way that it seems it's going to work out. I know it's just land. I know it's just an old house. So some old trees, but it isn't. You know what I mean? It's a world. Stay up.